So here is the daughter's recounting of the telephone conversation for us.
It's caused a flap because he takes business away from local florists. Here's Eddie Arruza.
Florist Frank Grieco has been taking dozens of orders this week in anticipation of Mother's Day. His little store on Pascack Road, the only flower shop in Washington Township. But despite his seeming exclusivity, a competitor has taken some of the bloom off his business.
I just want him to stop doing what he's doing.
Grieco's ire is aimed at Thomas Mayola, a florist in Bernardsville, over 30 miles away from Washington Township. But Mayola's use of telephone technology has turned him into a major floral contender.
A florist is a person. A florist is not a 2x4 building.
What Mayola is doing is listing himself in phone books in 22 states, but each listing is a local call forwarded to his Bernardsville phone bank. In each case, he calls himself the florist of or florist in that particular town. In the Hackensack directory alone, he has dozens of listings. Small florists say he never identifies himself as an out-of-towner and is deceptively stealing business away from local florists.
But he's in each town and he's misrepresenting himself, and he's not telling the people on the phone the truth of who he is.
Mayola says it was Bell Atlantic that sold him on the marketing idea, which he began using 6 years ago. Today, a spokeswoman for Bell Atlantic said, "We applaud businesses using call forwarding as a successful marketing tool, but what we will not condone is a business that does not conform to local government regulations and our listing requirements." As for Tom Mayola, Bell Atlantic says they've removed hundreds of his listings in New Jersey because he couldn't prove he was registered under any of those names. The company says they are still awaiting documentation on Mayola's dozens of other listings. But Grieco feels his competitor is just plain abusing the service.
I think their intent was, if you're Joe's Pizzeria, you go in as Joe's Pizzeria and list under all the towns with remote call forwarding, not as florist in.
In Washington Township, Eddie Arruza, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
However, it turns out Thomas Mayola gets a 20% cut on every order that is filled through his phone bank. Scott Clark is next with sports.